I wanted to give you guys an update. I was trying to record this video earlier when I was finishing my run this morning, but when I looked at the video, the camera did not have my face in it. It was kind of weird. I don't know what happened with the camera while I was walking. Dev Mountain is an industry-leading coding bootcamp teaching web development, iOS development, and UX design. Dev Mountain provides free housing for all of their full-time students. If you're looking to get into the tech industry, this is a great first step. Access www.devmountain.com or click the link in the video description for more info. But I am back from my European trip. I'm back from Barcelona and Rome and Greece and all that. And I wanted to give you guys an update because I did a video while I was there and I talked about this idea that I wanted to get in better shape when I came back, and voila, yeah, I did it. I came back better. Not 100% where I want to be, maybe not the best physique ever, but pretty good. I lost about 10 pounds, maybe 12 pounds, somewhere around there in the 40 days that I was there, and it was cool, it was good. So I want to talk about how I did it, not just brag about it, kind of the lessons that I learned in doing that, because I failed in the past, not having the bulldog mindset while I was there. One of the big ones was this: I tend to be an all or none type of guy and be extreme, which is good and bad. What I had to learn there was that in this particular situation, I needed to have some compromises on both sides, both on the discipline of the eating, like to make that more realistic, but also on the amount of work, to do more work to compensate for that. I started running 5 miles a day. I'd kept that up while I was in Rome, and I did like 10 miles on Sunday. And then when I got to Barcelona and Madrid, I started running 10 miles 4 times a week to actually up that more, to push it harder, and started doing like 15 miles on Sundays. By doing that, what happened was I was making a really big investment, and so I didn't want to eat as much crap and sort of undermine that. And second, it was compensating a little bit for me eating a little bit more freely and not following my protocol quite as strictly. The other end of it was that I allowed myself, like I kept the fasting until 5. Very rarely did I eat breakfast. And then when I ate dinner, I'd eat a normal dinner, right? I'd go out to a restaurant, doesn't matter. I was very smart about making smart choices, which is something that's really, really difficult to do. But because I wanted to make sure that I was going to succeed with this, I did that. I made smart choices and made some trade-offs. It's good to have rules for yourself, okay? And I'm all about removing judgment calls as much as possible. You can't make rules that you know you're not going to follow. Okay, like, and I'm one who says, okay, you can make really strict rules and follow them, but you kind of defeat the purpose of going and visiting a place and enjoying the foods and stuff. Every time that I went out to eat, every time that I was, like, you know, making choices, I didn't think about making a yes or no choice. I thought about damage control. There were some times where I made some of poorer choices, but never horribly bad choices that could totally fuck you up and destroy your momentum and put you on the wrong side of it. I made the momentum go strong, right? I started off really bad, actually, with the flight. I always fuck up on the flight. You know, you're exhausted, you have jet lag and stuff, you make really bad choices. So I ate some shit, you know, that day and on the flight. But as soon as I landed and got into Rome, I was like, no, you know what? Let's go fucking run. Let's eat. I kept the momentum. And once I had the momentum going, especially when I was running, like busting my ass on the cruise ship, running on the treadmill super fast, and setting new PRs for my treadmill runs, I had that motivation and that momentum to keep it forward. I didn't want to like screw that up. Okay, so I was making progress, I was seeing that progress, that momentum carried me forward. Okay, and then the third thing I did was, you know, was kind of related, was I walked everywhere. 40, 50,000 steps a day. A lot of time I would go for an hour walk to get to the beach, to run for 2 hours in Barcelona, and then an hour back, right? So yes, that used up a lot of time, but it was good time. I was listening to audiobooks, I was seeing the city, right? And I was feeling good about myself and thinking about my goal every single day and thinking about this idea that I wanted to come back better and how good am I going to feel. That's the other thing I'd say, is that I kept thinking about how good am I going to feel when I step on that scale, when I get back, when I look in the mirror, and I'm in better shape, right? I'm supposed to go on this trip and get in worse shape or just hold the line, but instead I'm going to come back better and I'm going to feel so good about that. And I kept that in my mind and I kept thinking about that every single day, and that carried me forward. Anyway, it was cool. It was a good trip. It was fun, and I got in you know, pretty damn good shape, pretty close to the best shape of my life, I think, in in that time. Really pushed it hard, but I also had a good time, and I also ate, you know, ate a lot of food, and I got my, you know, fitness level up, and I had a good time. So you got to keep on learning these lessons in life until you actually learn them. And I've done this, and I fucked up so many times. I kept on reminding myself how shitty it felt to have fucked up, like to spend, like, I kept on telling myself, John, how many times are you gonna do this shit? How many times are you gonna go for like 2 or 3 months and travel and come back and lose all the fucking work that you put in and start over again and feel like shit when you get back? Won't it be better to feel great when you get back? Isn't it worth that sacrifice? Anyway, those are my tips, and like I said, it was a lesson I needed to learn. Obviously, I feel like I've learned it. I feel like I'm confident now that I can go on trips, I can travel, and I can adopt this kind of protocol. Couldn't keep it together, but now I did. Success. All right, that's all I got for you today. If you haven't already, click that subscribe button below, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.